There has genuinely been nothing new of any merit in the last 40 years when it comes to marketing. Think about your favorite Hollywood movies. They're probably not the Hollywood movies that you've seen over the last 5 or 10 years. I remember when I came to a bit of a realization that why is there no new movies that I actually like? The movies look amazing, like the special effects, all that stuff is absolutely next level. But the movies are missing something, right? And it's not because the things that we see make for really impactful moments. It's not because special effects create a crazy, enjoyable movie. It's that the things that we feel, the emotional roller coasters that we can go on, the journeys that certain narratives take us on, are the things that sell us. Now we have all the special effects in cinema, we've lost touch with the things that really make good movies. And that is an impeccable storyline. That is words that cut deep. That is narratives that challenge us. That is arcs that we're bought in on. It's not what we see, it's how we interpret the thing that we are seeing. And without a deep psychological foundation to the marketing that you're doing, your marketing will fall victim to the same fate that Hollywood has. Superficial crap. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through an antidote to that and how you can prevent that from happening in your own business. You see, the core idea is simple. People act when the pain of staying the same is worse than the pain of attempting to change. Yeah? When the confidence to change feels safe, people will take action. We engineer both through exchange catalysts embedded in your messages. It's a timeless method. Timeless method. And as I said, there's been nothing new of merit in the last 40 years when it comes to marketing. We'll show you how to map into timeless marketing protocols to get people to buy your shit. Okay, look, if your content is not designed to change a specific belief, it will not change behavior. Style, editing, and formats can help, but what you say and prove matters more than how it looks. If it doesn't sell, it isn't creative. I get this across to people. It doesn't matter how creative your content looks. If it doesn't sell, what was the purpose of it? It's content for content's sake. It's the number one thing I hear business owners natter to me about over and over again, is they don't want to produce content for content's sake. They're sick of doing it. Yeah? But content will always be produced for the sake of nothing more than content unless your content compels people into action. Now think of content. What does content mean? Substance. Doesn't mean superficial, it means substance. I produce good content. I don't have an eye for detail. I can't edit very well. In fact, I can't edit at all. Yeah. I still have a social media coaching program that regularly hits $100,000 a month in revenue. Why? Because I know what to say and I know who to say it to. Therefore, I am creative because I sell. Right? We have a rather large idea here at Socials to Sales. That is not our own idea, but it's one that we have championed and bastioned and used very heavily, and that's the idea of exchange catalyst, right? People buy when two conditions are met in the same moment. Pain is made specific, urgent, and costly to ignore, and confidence to act is made safe, simple, and worthwhile. You see, you have to tap into the mind. This is about psychology. This isn't about pretty aesthetic. Yeah? This is about how does your target audience feel about what you say when you say it, and does what you say make them want to take an action to buy? You see, your prospect's world must open up at the thought of working with you. Yeah? And that will happen when you prove and show to them that what you have is worth them doing. All right? It's not about pretty content. Okay. Exchange catalysts are the deliberate elements in your copy that raise problem salience, which is pain, and increase decision safety, your confidence, until action feels like the obvious next step. Yeah. Great content makes your service feel like the obvious next step for the person who's suffering from the problem that you solve. Okay? This is how we channel existing desire rather than trying to manufacture it. And a great quote here from Eugene Schwartz, age-old direct copywriter. You cannot create desire, you can only focus existing desires onto a product. In the same way that a lot of your prospects don't know they have pain. Yeah? They don't know that they don't need to, because the right content will fundamentally make them feel something, and that's all we need. You know, when I'm looking at random crap on Amazon and some mad hanger that goes over the back of your door comes up, I start thinking about all the coats that I've got lying around. Your prospects don't have to be fundamentally conscious of the pain that they have. They don't even have to be looking for a solution. They just have to be aware of something. And when they see your marketing and when they see your content must channel that awareness into intrigue and from intrigue into intent. It's so doable. It's so doable. We all buy things, we all purchase things, and we all engage in things that we once never thought we would do. Think about it. You tell yourself that you're going to stay off the booze this weekend, yeah? And then your mate looks over at you after work on a Friday. It's been a long week, it's been a slog, and you're just done with it, and you just want to turn off from work. And he goes, hey, you know, the sun's still cracking, and we don't often get much sun in September, so I think it'd be rude not to have a little pint of a Friday. What do you reckon? All of a sudden you're down the pub three pints later, yet you swore on everything that you weren't going to drink that week. The right information struck you at the right time and shaped your beliefs. It can happen, it does happen, and it happens to you every single day. Be aware of it, right? So there are 9 levers in pain, and there are a similar amount of levers in confidence that we are going to use in our copy, in our sales, and in any sorts of communication that we have with clients in order to channel these emotions and get them moving somewhere, all right? So the first thing that you can do is detail their problems specifically. So specific problem description. Name the exact situation in the buyer's words. Raise that level of awareness, okay? Then mention the specific pain points. What are the operational, emotional, and financial frictions that they have in their own life? What are the benefits they haven't realized? What are the opportunities foregone? What is the opportunity cost of staying still? How much worse are your prospects' life because they aren't in the shape they want to be in? But they're going to Ibiza in 12 weeks. All their mates are in shape. What are they going to do? Be at Ocean Beach with their top on? Are they going to be that guy in the pool with the rash guard on? You have to channel their pain and where they could be. Yo, do you want to spend another year in Ocean Beach at Ibiza, walking around with an oversized t-shirt on, just wishing you were the kid who was in the pool with all the girls? Or are you actually just going to follow this very simple 8-step dietary protocol to get yourself where you need to go so that your life can open up? Benefits foregone. Get on it, okay? Speed gap. How much time is lost each week in cycles or delays, okay? What's mental friction? What is the confusion, overwhelm, or decision fatigue they're suffering from as a result of not having your guidance to solve this problem, okay? What is the fear of missing out, right? What is the missed upside or winner's opportunity? Yeah, very similar to benefits foregone. Detail their past failure experiences, right? Why have their prior approach failed? What is different about your proprietary mechanism that's going to make this an absolute no-brainer when it comes to success for them, okay? What is the status loss or stagnation they're suffering from? Yeah. What is the reputational and competitive drift? Okay. And what is the perceived lack of options? This is a false binary that keeps them stuck. Ask them if they have any other choice but to solve this problem. And if they want to solve this problem, do they really have any other choice as to solving it with you when you have proved that your mechanism is the best way of doing it, right? Here's an analogy for clarity, right? Many creators obsess over micro tactics, edits, and templates. Boring sucks. D. Yeah, that is D, F, and E grade stuff. That does not work, okay? The way Jim goes obsessed over the perfect triceps variation whilst undertraining the basics. Time and time again. I mean, I don't know if you know, but that way to the beach, that way, okay? That actually is the way to the beach, believe it or not. So, yeah. Many gym goers obsess over perfect tricep variations whilst undertraining the basics. The result is cosmetic improvement without real strength. And in marketing terms, aesthetics without biopsychology doesn't convert. You're focusing on the superficial things. Oh, if I just get into the gym and I just smash these tricep extensions and smash these lateral raises, I'll get jacked. No, you won't get jacked. You'll get jacked by doing the big needle moving tasks. Yeah, the stuff on the top doesn't do anything without the foundation underneath it, all right? Cool. So here's a note that we use consistently in our course, the cocktail party effect. What is that? Look, if you're at a cocktail party or you're at a party and you're just there and you don't know what's going on, you will hear someone in the other end of the fucking party if they say your name. Because you're listening out always for things that are relevant to you. That is why when you see ads about a new protein shaker that doesn't stink after 12 weeks of using it, as a consistent gym goer, you buy it because it's relevant to you. Okay, you have to listen out for these things, yeah? Well, in fact, you don't have to listen out to these things because you don't need to listen out to these things because you'll subconsciously tap in when you see marketing that's relevant to you. Just the same way that your future prospect, after you start applying this stuff, are going to tap into what you say because you are going to make it fundamentally relevant to them by leveraging these catalysts on screen, all right? Now, We don't try to make people feel shit about themselves. We need to make them feel like the choice to move forward with you is just an absolute no-brainer, okay? So, reciprocity. Give genuine value before asking. Value first, always. Specificity. Show that you truly understand the problem that they're suffering from, so that they trust you that you know how to solve it, okay? Testimonials, qualified outcomes, people like me evidence, biggest needle mover. People know that we're all marketing schmoozies nowadays. They want to hear from someone who looks and sounds and feels just like them that your product works. Testimonials are always king, right? Consistency, yeah? In fact, the definition here is not the definition that I actually wanted to use initially, okay? The definition of consistency for me is when you consistently show up online, yeah, your prospects actually genuinely just start to believe you more, not just because they see you more, but because they see you as someone of value, right? Authority. What credentials and processes do you have that stamp you as an authority, i.e. I've done this a fucking 100 times before, kid. Your transformation is not going to be any different. Easy peasy, right? Familiarity and liking. Relatable voice and stories that reduce social distance, okay? How can you get them to buy into something emotionally? By making them feel compatible with the story. All right, risk reversals, guarantees, pilots, and safety values, and frame the path as new, easy, safe, and big. Meaningful outcome with feasible effort, right? New, easy, safe, and big. It's a real copywriting doozy. It's been around for years, and it really helps. Make your method seem new, make it seem easy, make it seem safe, and make the transformation seem big. Okay, cool. Here's how you can operationalize everything that we've been talking about, right? You're going to use both pain and confidence in every core asset: post, landing page, email, video, script. Hook a single specific pain in one sentence, name the hidden cost if nothing changes, identify the root cause in plain language, introduce your name method in 3 to 5 steps, maybe something like a first, next, then protocol, add one quantified proof point from a recent win, and de-risk the next step explicitly. Okay, here are some quality control prompts. Would a fully informed buyer still feel good 24 hours after acting? Right, that's the truth standard, okay? Is each claim either demonstrated or sourced? And can a skeptic understand our mechanism, not just our outcomes? All right, who the fuck am I, by the way? $100,000 cash collected in a representative month. We do between GBP in the King's English. We do between about 55 and 85-ish thousand per month in our tiny little coaching business up here in the north of England. Maybe I know a thing or two. Maybe I don't know a thing or two. Maybe I'm just a mildly good-looking, manipulative salesman. Good-looking enough to get you to watch what I'm saying, but severely manipulative, beyond reason. I am manipulative beyond reason. I manipulate myself in some sort of schizo ward one day, no doubt. But I know what I'm talking about when it comes to marketing, right? We do 300 inbound sales calls per month from a 10K per month ad spend. And we do about £44 average cost per book call over recent months. I'm going to put my neck on the line here and say that our videographer or editor might be able to drop some relevant statistics over the top of this now. Is this where I do the awkward point to part of the screen where the statistics pop up? I don't know. I'm new to YouTube. But yeah, so look, we know what we're talking about. We know how this works. It's easy peasy, okay? And here's a practical worksheet for you, okay? Use this checklist when drafting any asset. Okay, one specific problem in the buyer's words, one immediate cost of action, one past failure lesson and why it failed, one speed gap you can close this week, and one status opportunity cost your buyer would care about. All right, confidence, a named framework with 3 to 5 steps, one quantified proof point from a single buyer, one credential or process visual, and one explicit de-risking element. Okay, formula, pain times confidence equals action. Guys, I haven't been posting enough content on YouTube yet to ask you to book in a call with me, but maybe you can have a look at our landing page in the link in the description and see all the amazing people who have gone and booked in that call and transformed their business and their life. Alternatively, you can look at our Instagram, which has a little bit more social proof than this measly Instagram YouTube channel, which is Socials to Sales, and you can consume some of the content on there, where if you follow us, you'll be trapped in an eternal funnel where our marketing and sales team will forever hound you until you eventually do book a call or die. Both outcomes terminal. So guys, I'll see you on the next video.